So thank you very much. So hello, Aaron.
Hello.
So thank you very much for answering my questions about entrepreneurship. And so it's an interview in English, but why are we doing this interview? Because we are an American entrepreneur.
Yes, and because je ne parle français, so that's why it is in English.
So that's why it's in English, but also that you are launching something very soon in France.
Yes.
So before we talked about what you want to do here, what did you do already, which is quite successful?
The stories of the entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
So I've started back in the late '90s a digital agency. And this is before it was cool to be digital, yeah? So this is when you're trying to sell websites to people who are like, I don't know if I need a website or e-commerce, I don't believe in it, 1997, 98, 2000 even. And we built a nice little agency. My brother and I and two other people built up an agency from 4 people to he's about 100 now. And so went through the pain of, building a service business, which is hard, very hard work. So you learn all the things of how to divide and conquer on partnerships, right? So my brother and I divided where he was the operations and I was the sales and marketing because too much crossover any other way. Yeah. Brilliant, because we get to go do our thing and be smart and really be focused. After we did the agency, while we were doing the agency, I started an event called the Online Marketing Summit. And this was to educate about digital marketing in an event like the one we're in today to help people get better at that because there's such a big need to really understand what works and what are the best practices. And that was very successful. So once it got successful, I took the event and made it into a media company. And then the agency continued on its own with my brother. So that was business number 2, yeah? So we did that, and we learned a lot of interesting lessons, especially as an entrepreneur, on setting expectations for revenue. You can never overset expectations for revenue based on cash flow on something you've never done. So you always gotta, one of the biggest lessons I learned is you always gotta have scenario-based revenue cash flow projections. Worst case, middle case, best case. Because it's good to think positively and you should strive for the best case, but you need to plan for the worst case and have it
to be ready just in case.
To be prepared and know what it means and not get ahead of yourself. So I think it's very easy to get excited about your business. And usually you're right. Usually the business instincts, if you're really a good entrepreneur, are correct. It's the timing, right? It takes 3 more months to build the product. It takes 5 more months to get the word out. It takes 7 more months for the people to adopt it, right? There's just this whole cycle of adoption and credibility that happens that we all forget because we're so excited about this product we've been thinking about for years. Now other people have to understand it. And so I learned that lesson a long time ago. And then finally, we sold the event business to a publicly traded company called United Business Media, UBM. I think they're our second biggest business-to-business publisher in the world.
Wow.
So so it was good. So we sold that, we made some money, and we said the future is in this thing called the internet. And the internet, right?
Yeah, I heard about it, yeah.
Good. You're not too far behind here, friends. But so we said, hey, we teach everybody so many good things on the summits, but we're only getting a small fraction of people who want it. So why don't we put it on the web, get it in a way that's easy to learn? And now thousands of people learn from these videos we have through the Online Marketing Institute from places I've never even heard of, islands in the Pacific I've never even knew existed, or the Philippines and Africa, and of course all over Europe and Northern America and all over the world, to be quite honest.
So that's how Online Marketing Institute is born.
That is how it was born, exactly.
Okay, now how does it work?
So it's really simple. What we have done is work with the top instructors and what we call practitioners to record 20 to 40 minute classes on every topic. So we have advanced, beginner, intermediate on email, social, search, whatever it is, and then we label it by type, how to versus strategy, and we load it into our library, and then as a user, you come in and choose, I need to learn strategy about marketing automation, and you watch a class. All you do is subscribe. It's a $29 US, so maybe €35 a month to access over 300 classes, which are updated weekly. And then you get basically any knowledge you want at your fingertips. So the best of the world are sitting behind those walls to go access. We also offer certification, which means you can get a certificate.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's like a MOOC, like massive open.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're not free. MOOCs are free. We make money.
Yeah.
But it's very inexpensive. So in comparison to getting a master's degree or something else, we're talking about maybe 700 or 800 US in terms of that. So very easy way to validate your knowledge. For people that are looking for the skills or getting jobs, it's a great way to stand out on your resume.
Yeah, especially if you have a certification when you're looking for a job, it's great to show to companies that want to hire you.
You say, so many people, social media is a great example. I want to get a job in social media. I know how to use Facebook and Twitter. And people like me go, You and a million other people, 22 years old, say that, yeah?
Yeah.
But you can say, well, no, I am certified. Just think about the dynamic. Instantly, you go, that resume gets pulled to the top, and you're off and running. And I also think for people in their careers, right? So somebody's trying to go from, hey, I'm a traditional marketing person, I want to be a digital person. They get certified in what we call our digital essentials, because that lets them say, I made the effort, I'm showing you that I want to be this person, and helps drive the career as well.
Okay, and concerning the recruitment, there is this hard skills that which is really important.
Yeah.
But we also, because of my activity, also soft skills that make you, for instance, if you have 1 million other people, you can differentiate yourself also with your listening skills, your creativity.
Yes.
And but it's really interesting because you can do that online too.
Yeah, you
and,
can do it.
It's very inspiring.
Yeah, you can do it all online. And the really cool thing is nowadays we all are comfortable learning online. Right? We watch a webinar, we watch a video, we communicate primarily online. So now is the time where everybody's like, okay, how do you leverage this very cost-effective platform to improve yourself? And if you can do that, I think it's up to you on how far you want to go with your career, or even for a big company that wants to train their team.
Exactly.
It's a very easy thing to start applying.
But you said something very interesting. You said we are ready for that. I know that US people are very ready for that, but do you think as French people we are ready for that? Because I talk to a lot of people and I say, oh yeah, but it's not tangible, I want something concrete. And as soon as we're talking about digital, they get skeptical.
Skeptical, for sure. So let me just remind everybody, and this might make a good headline, French are human too, yes?
Yes.
We're all human beings. We all are using the internet. You guys are as sophisticated as we are on the net. We're not any further behind the US. I mean, maybe, I live in San Francisco, so maybe we're a little more cutting edge. At the end of the day, if you watch a webinar, right, if you read a blog, if you use Facebook, you can learn from this. Yes, it is sometimes better to learn in person, so you can watch a video and then go do the interactive in person, but by no means is online separate from in person. They just help each other, and so the French market is ready. I have seen it firsthand, and I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time for you guys to adopt and maybe have a good provider.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what they've been missing, yeah? So yes, the French are ready. There's no doubt about it.
Okay, when do you launch in France?
So we already are available in French. So the whole site is
okay.
translated. We have about 20 classes that are built by French instructors.
With subtitles?
Yes, some of them with subtitles. Others are from locals here.
Okay.
And then we are working with Jeff here to actually build a whole bigger library. So all next year, we're going to be working on getting more and more local experts to get in. So you get the global best practices and the local how-tos.
Okay. So now French people can access to beginners, also medium and experts?
Totally.
3 levels already?
Yep.
Okay. And also, how do you think that you will provide this in France? So you're starting to work with local people?
Partnerships with Jeff, yeah. I am not a fool, yeah. I may look like one, but I am not. It's all about knowing the people. I don't know everybody here. I don't know the nuance, and so Jeff is our partner to help me guide how to go, who we get, what we do, how we position it, how ready people are for certain content. And through a partnership with Jeff, being such a good, reputable person, we have a nice foray in that.
Okay, but why France? Because the American market and UK, the English-speaking market is really huge already.
Yeah.
French market is quite small actually compared to this.
It's opportunity, because I think one of the interesting things that I find is that there's a lot of noise for a big market like the US, and we do fine, right? Because that's where we're based in the US. But based on relationships and opportunity, I think there's a lot here to be said for France, because you guys need and know the importance of this. You don't have somebody to fill the gap, as you so rightly pointed out. And if I have the right partners that I already know, it just makes sense. And for us, it's easy to do these things. We built the infrastructure. We just need the partners and the content providers to join on. So I mean, we launched the US, then we launched Brazil, and we launched India. And so we've done these other places around the world.
Okay,
and so it makes sense. And so my French friends, like Emmerich and Jeff, they say, why are you not in France? I say, why should I be in France? They say, because we got good people, and so here we are. The opportunity is good. I think it's right. And plus, you know what? I love France. I want to have a reason to come back to Paris at least once a year.
Okay, yeah.
So I come back to Paris for some good wine and good food, and then everybody's happy, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. And for what is your vision about the web marketing? Because it's really evolving very, very fast with the new networks, new tools, new even SEO is changing over time.
Yeah.
So how can we adapt and change the way we do business on the internet?
I think the best thing to do when you think about change is making sure you understand the fundamentals first. 'Cause you gotta have a strong base. So understanding how user experience works and what's important. Understanding how simple things like email marketing really works. How to do search, and just on a very basic level. Once you have that, to go lean a little this way or that way is a lot easier because you have a good foundation. It's like putting a stick in the ground and the wind blows, yeah? The deeper that foundation is, the easier it is for the stick to kind of wave with the wind, and you don't have to go, wow.
Okay, so you think that there are some fundamentals that will never move.
Fundamentals don't change.
Okay.
That's what they are, fundamentals, right?
Yeah, right.
And so those basic principles are what's most important to start with. As soon as you can get those under your belt, then you can make educated decisions on how to use the new tools. It's not like the whole marketing game has changed. It's just the use and its application that's important. And yes, you do need to commit to yourself, which is why I'm in this business to learn. If you don't continue to learn, you will die in this space. You'll die in any space, but it's so much faster now.
Yeah, exactly.
But focus on the fundamentals, then you'll be able to make better decisions on how to prioritize your time with all of the changes that are happening.
Okay, so thank you very much. Before we finish the interview, the tradition is on Pour Contrefort is to give the best piece of advice that you can do for entrepreneurs. What would you be your advice for people who are listening to us?
Value your time over money. Do not reach down for the penny. To get to the millions, you must have both hands to the millions. Focus on your time and you will get there.
Okay. Thank you very much, Aaron.
You're welcome. Thank you. Merci.
Okay, see you soon then, Simon.